Xiao Yan's first attempt to seal the calamity poison body almost triggered a rampage. Little Doctor was full of embarrassment. Xiao Yan had only ever let down two women in his life, Yun, with whom he had shared a night of passion, and Little Doctor, whom he had met in the Green Mountains town. His feelings toward Yun were a mix of love and guilt, while his relationship with Little Doctor had always been more friendship than romance. It wasn't until later, after two pivotal moments, that their relationship truly began to heat up. The first was when Xiao Yan sealed the poison body for her, and the second was when he helped her condense the poison pill. It was the candidness in those moments that made it impossible for them to continue their friendship as before. During their adventures in the Black Corner region, Little Doctor had repeatedly used the poison bow to help Xiao Yan, each time exacerbating the spread of poison and cold winds. After a battle, signs of the poison body's spread finally began to appear. Grey poison gas emitted from her, causing any nearby disciples of the Jianan Academy to unwittingly fall into a coma. Elder Su Qian urgently sealed off the area, warning everyone to stay away. With a defense of several dozen zhang in Dou Qi, it was impossible to resist the corrosive poison gas. Not even Elder Su Qian dared to enter easily. No one knew what was happening inside. Quick, go check. Something's happened to Little Doctor. Xiao Yan, who had just finished cultivating the soul-cleansing pill with determination, was met with a message from Xiao Li. A sense of foreboding washed over him, and he hurried to Little Doctor's residence. Relying on the protection of the different fire, he cautiously entered Little Doctor's room. Seeing Little Doctor lying on the bed in agony, his heart was filled with complexity. If it weren't for himself, he wouldn't have let her poison body erupt prematurely. Moreover, the so-called method of refining the poison pill was still lacking an important material. This outbreak was truly beyond his control. The slender figure in the bed trembled upon hearing someone approaching, and her grey-purple eyes stared at Xiao Yan. "I've been happy to be with you during this time. If it comes to that point, please don't stay behind." Hearing what sounded like a farewell, Xiao Yan felt even more uneasy. He was overwhelmed with guilt. Just as he was at a loss, an old voice suddenly came out, "Calamity poison body, I never thought I would see it twice before I died. What a stroke of luck." This sigh made Xiao Yan feel like he had grasped a lifeline. Hidden in the ring, the Fire Emperor had lived for hundreds of years and was well-versed. He must have a solution. "Your friend is about to be invaded by the poison gas. If it's not sealed, it could be too late," the Fire Emperor explained. This sealing technique was called the Heaven Fire Seal, which required the bursting of the righteous fire attribute martial arts to suppress the poison gas. Although it could temporarily suppress the poison body, it could only seal it for 3 years. After 3 years, the poison body would still have the risk of eruption. While it couldn't be completely controlled, it could alleviate the immediate danger. Xiao Yan quickly recorded the sealing technique, but before the relief expression on his face could settle, he became hesitant again. The one who performs this seal needs to remove all clothing. Upon hearing this, Little Doctor's face suddenly flushed. But in the face of such an important and serious matter, her hesitation seemed unnecessary. Biting her lip, Little Doctor gently removed her clothes, revealing her delicate and tender body. Xiao Yan closed his eyes and slowly extended his fingers, guiding the azure lotus heart flame to emerge, and began to follow the route of the heavenly fire flame, constantly moving around Little Doctor's abdomen. The burning sensation caused by the different fire at first felt like ants crawling on bones, but as time passed, the pain gradually subsided. Xiao Yan's finger movements became more and more proficient, and an unusual sense of comfort began to emerge. A soft, shallow hum accidentally escaped from Little Doctor's lips, trembling slightly. Xiao Yan, who was concentrating on arranging the seal, heard this soft hum, and his heart violently fluctuated. The already slightly gloomy atmosphere, coupled with the strange sound just now, made him momentarily distracted. "If you don't want the poison gas to affect your rationality, then endure it and don't make a sound." Xiao Yan, who had just regained his composure, hurriedly reminded Little Doctor. Little Doctor, who had not paid much attention before, blushed even more upon hearing Xiao Yan's reminder. The seal gradually took shape, and the poison gas surrounding the room finally began to dissipate. With the last word falling from Xiao Yan's mouth, the calamity poison body was finally successfully sealed. But the danger was far from over. Even Xiao Yan himself had underestimated the calamity poison body. At the moment the seal was completed, a faint smell of blood, almost imperceptible, broke through the protective barrier formed by the azure lotus heart flame and quietly entered Xiao Yan's mouth and nose. As soon as the poison gas entered his body, the dou qi in Xiao Yan's body became chaotic, and even the different fire could no longer be mobilized. This colorless and odorless poison gas was hard to guard against, and even Xiao Yan, who had the different fire for protection, was affected. When little doctor woke up and saw Xiao Yan's grey and lifeless face, her expression changed. "Did the poison gas enter your body?" she murmured softly, but she didn't show any signs of worry. Instead, she smiled lightly, and a touch of blush appeared on her face. Without hesitation, she pressed her lips against Xiao Yan's, and the visibly flowing poison gas from Xiao Yan's body slowly returned to little doctor's body along their lips. This was perhaps the most proactive move little doctor had ever made towards Xiao Yan, and it was only when he was still unconscious that she dared to express a hint of her love. Of course, Xiao Yan would never know any of this. The first thing he noticed when he woke up was not little doctor's condition, but rather her increased strength. This sealing of the poisoned body had allowed little doctor to go from a 4-star dou zone directly to the peak of a 5-star dou zone. Xiao Yan couldn't help but sigh at the power of the calamity poison body. Just one condensation of poison gas could easily advance her strength, and once the poison pill was formed in the future, what terrifying power would she possess? How strong is the monster Feng Qing heir that Hong Chen mentioned? How many times has she fought Xiao Yan? Why did she have a breakdown on the spot during their last encounter? In Battle Through the Heavens, there's a rule: the more arrogant the antagonist appears when they first appear, the more miserable their defeat will be. When Hong Chan appeared, he showcased his strength as a 7-star dou zone and the core disciple of the Wind Lightning Pavilion, attempting to forcefully marry Han Yu and Han Shui, the two sisters, and pushing the Han family to the brink of destruction. After Xiao Yan appeared, Hong Chan's arrogant attitude remained unchanged. Consequently, he was easily defeated by Xiao Yan on the stage, not only losing his life but also implicating the entire Hong family. Before this, Hong Chen was unwilling to believe that he would lose to anyone other than Feng Qing heir. Who is this Feng Qing heir, and why does she command such respect from the otherwise arrogant Hong Chen? We all know that Hong Chen belongs to the Wind Lightning Pavilion and is just one of the core disciples within it, a status far lower than Feng Qing heir's. Firstly, within the Wind Lightning Pavilion, Feng Qing heir is the core disciple of the Wind Lightning East Pavilion, the headquarters of the Wind Lightning Pavilion. Secondly, she is the #1 figure among the younger generation of the Wind Lightning Pavilion and should have the strength of a semi-dou zone at this point. Lastly, Feng Qing heir is the disciple of the Wind Lightning Pavilion's Pavilion Master, the brother of the Lightning Venerable. She is the future heir of the Wind Lightning Pavilion, rightfully called the Young Pavilion Master. Her status in the Wind Lightning Pavilion is supreme. But Feng Qing heir's most important identity is as a core member of the Tian Yao Phoenix clan. As one of the 3 hegemonic tribes in the monster beast realm, the strength of the Tian Yao Phoenix clan far exceeds that of the 2 major sects in the Central Plains and can even rival the Peel Tower. If Feng Qing heir grows normally, she would become at least an elder of the Tian Yao Phoenix clan, a position higher than the Wind Lightning Pavilion's Pavilion Master. With such formidable strength and high status, Feng Qing heir's character is naturally as arrogant as Hong Chan's, to the extent of looking down on everyone. When she first met Xiao Yan on the Heavenly Eye Mountain, she sneered at his 7-star dou zone strength. If it weren't for the urgency of the matter concerning the Tianshan blood pool, Feng Qing heir would have tried to capture Xiao Yan alive and take him to the Wind Lightning Pavilion to exchange for favors. After the Heavenly Eye Mountain expedition, Feng Qing heir broke through the barrier of cultivation and became a true dou zone powerhouse. But what he didn't expect was that Xiao Yan had also reached this realm. At the 4-pavilion meeting held by the Wind Lightning Pavilion, the two engaged in their first direct confrontation in front of countless spectators. Relying on her prestigious background and powerful martial skills, Feng Qing heir attempted to suppress and defeat Xiao Yan. However, under the lotus flame, all beings are equal. No matter how powerful Feng Qing heir's martial skills were, Xiao Yan could neutralize them with his equally powerful Buddha's Fury Lotus Flame. In the end, Feng Qing heir was defeated with her true flames, forced to use the Tian Yao Phoenix clan's ancestral martial skill, the Divine Phoenix Saint statue. Xiao Yan could only respond with his full strength, displaying his respect by using the Triple Lotus Flame. After the showdown, Feng Qing'er exhausted her strength and was easily controlled by Xiao Yan. Their first encounter ended with Feng Qing'er's miserable defeat. Their second encounter was several years later in the Beast Domain, when a mysterious Do Saint relic appeared, rumored to contain the traces of a heavenly tier Do skill. Feng Qing'er entered the relic with her clan members to explore, while Xiao Yan went to repair Yao Lao's soul essence and find a miraculous medicine called the Soul Infant Fruit, and seized the opportunity to obtain the heavenly tier Do skill. At this time, Xiao Yan had reached the Do Saint level, and even the Venerable Thunder respected him. Feng Qing'er, on the other hand, was only a Do Zong. There was no possibility of them fighting one-on-one, and Feng Qing'er couldn't even withstand a casual slap from Xiao Yan. Therefore, their encounter relied on their companions. Xiao Yan faced Feng Qing'er's male companion, while Feng Qing'er faced Xi Yan. The two sides fought twice within the confines of a single battle in Do City, and each time Xiao Yan's side overwhelmingly crushed Feng Qing'er and her helpers. Not only did they help Xi Yan win the Dragon Emperor Origin Fruit, but they also unexpectedly obtained the Heavenly Tier Do skill, Great Heaven Creation Palm. This failure dealt a heavy blow to Feng Qing'er. Therefore, upon returning to the Tianyao Phoenix clan, she and the others who entered the Do Saint relic were punished for not obtaining the Dragon Emperor Origin Fruit. If it weren't for bringing back the remains of the ancient Tian Phoenix, they would probably have been punished on the spot according to clan rules. Although they managed to keep their lives, Feng Qing'er's days were not easy. In order to revive the bloodline of the ancient Tian Phoenix, he and 10 young clan members all received bone transplants containing the essence of the Tian Phoenix. This was Feng Qing'er's first experience with life and death, and the intense pain during the transplant became a nightmare for him for the rest of his life, along with the risk of possible demise. He lived in constant fear, but fortunately, Feng Qing'er's life was not destined to end. He successfully survived the most difficult moments and received great recognition within the clan, and his strength soared as a result. Afterwards, Feng Qing'er accompanied his clan members to the primitive ancient domain in search of the legendary Bodhi ancient tree, hoping to obtain details on breaking through to the Do Saint level. However, fate brought Feng Qing'er face to face with Xiao Yan once again within the domain. He blamed all his hardships on Xiao Yan, accusing him of helping the ancient Void Dragon clan snatch the Dragon Emperor Origin Fruit. As a result, Feng Qing'er immediately attacked Xiao Yan upon their reunion. Unfortunately, Feng Qing'er was unaware of the terrifying power of the Scion of the Primordial Plane. While his strength had indeed grown significantly over the years, Xiao Yan had not wasted any time either. Not only did he regain the bloodline of the ancient Xiao clan, but his own strength had also reached the level of a 9-star Do Saint, surpassing Feng Qing'er's progress. Hence, the outcome of their battle was predictable. Feng Qing'er was utterly overwhelmed by Xiao Yan's unilateral dominance. Despite his attempts, he couldn't even force Xiao Yan to use his martial skills. In the end, all of Feng Qing'er's illusions were shattered with a single slap, and he came to terms with reality under Xiao Yan's absolute strength. Since then, Feng Qing'er has become withdrawn. Whenever he encounters Xiao Yan, fear is evident on his face. He no longer dares to look down on anyone in front of Xiao Yan, having seemingly lost the heart of a true warrior.